This is TechVibe Radio, your front row seat to Pittsburgh's technology and innovation ecosystem. TechVibe is brought to you by Compunetics at compunetics.com, Chorus Call at choruscall.com, Highmark at highmark.com, Huntington Bank at huntington.com, Kindling at thekindlingagency.com, PNC Bank at pnc.com, and Savier at savier.com. Here are your hosts, Audrey Russo and Jonathan Kirsting of the Pittsburgh Technology Council, coming at you from the Huntington Bank studios. It is 2025, Audrey. It's going to be a big year. I'm very excited.
Lots going on in the world.
Especially in Pittsburgh. I mean, rumor has it, by the end of 2025, we're going to have a new airport terminal that is really cool. I got to take a tour of it.
I know.
Like
I
a
know.
month
I didn't
ago.
get a chance to talk to you about that.
I'm not kidding you. I get goosebumps kind of thinking about it because my mind was somewhat blown when I saw
Really?
this is like the new entrance and exit of Pittsburgh when
That's
people
so
from around the
great.
world are coming
Oh,
here.
yeah.
And it is amazing. And
Mhm.
today we're talking to one of the folks who's kind of behind us at the
That's
airport.
way cool. Oh, I forgot about that you went. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. So we have Deepak Nayyar here hanging out with us today. Deepak, great to have you here.
Yeah.
So rumor has it you're like, what, the CIO of the airport, for crying out loud?
Chief Information
Chief
Officer.
Information Officer.
Yeah, very cool.
And so that's great. Give us a little bit about like what's the day in the life of Deepak?
Yeah.
That is interesting, So it's all about executing the strategy that we came up with. It was when we were starting the new terminal, I joined the airport authority 2 years ago. And the thought process was, okay, what's the strategy going to be? So I came up with a roadmap, defined the strategy, developed it, and now we are executing that strategy. Day in the life of a CIO is identifying where the issues are. Where are
Oh
where
my
the issues
goodness.
we're moving
I know
from.
sometimes it's such a thankless job,
Yeah.
Yes.
right?
It
I
is,
mean, we
because-
love the airport, but we know when things aren't working is when everyone's coming looking for you.
Right. It's external and internal stakeholders too. When
Right.
somebody's laptop is not working, they're like, IT, there is an issue with
Right.
it. I'm like,
Right.
okay, did you turn your wireless on? So those things, those are smaller issues, but I have a good team backing me
Absolutely,
up. And
yeah.
we have stakeholders, we have local Pittsburgh companies that are helping us through the process. So we identified a strategy, and we are now, like I said, we are executing the strategy. It involves a lot of data. It involves a lot of security systems that we are putting in, a lot of sensors, a lot of applications, newer
So
applications.
things that are actually hardware that's in the new terminal?
Yeah, we
Okay.
are replacing our old hardware with the new hardware, new switches. Everything will be new so that it can sustain us for the next 50 years.
Wow.
50 years. Wow, that
50.
is, talk about a project.
You think you
for-
really can, future-proof technology
We
for
can-
that long?
We can future-proof certain aspects of
Right.
it, so we can add and grow to it.
Good.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
have certain switches. We know what kind of a traffic we are getting, what kind of insights we have from our businesses, and see like, okay, what next can we do? So we are futuring certain aspects so we can keep running. We know what issues we have currently, and what issues we have in the next 15, 20 years. And then we are saying that, okay, how can we future-proof?
So there's
those?
probably not any technology that doesn't fall on your lap, right? I mean,
Yeah.
when you think about artificial intelligence, you think about IoT, you think about people who are selling, software as a service. You're thinking about anything in terms of innovation, right? Isn't there everything?
Everything and everything. That comes everything and nothing, I should say, because from IoT to predictive intelligence to our different sensors we have to the operational applications that we have, a host of operation applications, which is from the digital displays that you come in and you see those things.
The wayfinding.
The wayfinding, the parking products, we are innovating to kind of see what best experience we can give to our customers. So we
Yeah.
have newer parking products, so where you can identify and kind of pinpoint where you parked your car, so the next time you're there, you know
Yeah.
where we are, rather than taking pictures that I used to.
That's
do
what
in
I
an
do.
Well,
airport.
I tell you, Deepak, I mean, you led the tour that I was on, and as you were describing these technologies, like the wayfinding, and I'm actually just watching them that they're like pulling cables through all the walls and stuff. I mean, I just feel like the amount of technology, this is going to make Pittsburgh just stand out. I'm thinking other airports can be looking at this, saying this is how an airport comes together. Like I think it's that impressive.
Wow.
I really, no,
Are
it is.
you?
I'm
Are
in. I
you?
want the
Are you
T-shirt.
pining for a job over there?
I just want a T-shirt. Okay, I just want a T-shirt, and all I'm saying is like, no, seriously, like this is something where if anyone wants to doubt that Pittsburgh's a tech town, I say just come to our airport. Even
Right.
now,
Well,
you can
the
come to
thing
our
is,
airport and
it
see, but with this
is-
new terminal, it's going to be like
But
mind
it
blown.
is the welcome mat.
It is the
Yeah.
welcome
I mean,
mat.
it's
Exactly.
the welcome mat. And so the fact that we're going to have this
It's a big deal,
at
man.
this point in
Yes,
time
we're-
is just really pretty incredible.
That is our vision and mission, you know, to embed, look like, okay, what is Pittsburgh? To be emblematic of that at the airport, you know, the NADTechCo that we call it, nature, technology, and community.
I love that
intersection of
too.
those
That's
things.
such a
And
cool thing. Yes.
making it happen, getting it together, and showing the world that what Pittsburgh can do.
And we do it great because
Yeah.
one of the things that I love is the fact that you're using so many local vendors, which I think is just so amazing. Like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's 90% of our workforce is local.
Oh,
And
90% of the workforce?
90% of the workforce for the entire project is local.
Okay.
And the raw materials we are getting, you know, think about the steel, 16,000 tons of steel made here in Ambridge, Pennsylvania.
Yep, right over the bridge there.
Yeah, and
And
we
energy.
the energy savings. We have the
microgrid's
the
amazing.
microgrid.
Yeah.
You know, where we have the microgrid here, which is amazing. We are the only airport in the entire world
Right.
to have a microgrid on site, which basically takes care of all of our power issues, plus 1 million pounds of carbon emissions that we are saving from the region, and we also save $1.5 million on the rent that you have to pay for the power. So it's
Wow.
all happening at Pittsburgh International
Yeah.
Airport.
I know, and simultaneously you're dealing with all the flights that are coming in and out.
Right.
And even
Exactly.
over a few weeks ago when, Erie got hit with snowstorm, what did the airport do? Send people
Yeah, last
Yeah,
week.
to
yeah.
Erie,
exactly.
Yeah.
right?
Last
Send
week we had
people to
at
Erie.
Yeah.
To help out.
Yeah. And that's what we are always thinking about the region. We are always thinking about how we can help the region, how we can make the region grow, and also grow with the world and make sure that Pittsburgh,
And the world knows.
knows what Pittsburgh is.
Yeah,
No, that's exciting.
You said exciting is just where it gets me. We only got about a minute or so before break, and I just remind everyone that we're talking to Deepak Nayyar here, who's the CIO of the airport, and he's a big person involved with making sure the new terminal comes online, that the computers turn on, the baggage gets delivered, and all the
Right.
good stuff. Like I saw the baggage area,
Uh-huh.
Deepak, and I was like, oh my god! Like, and what's crazy is you've made that so much more efficient compared
Right.
to the old airport. So you're putting new efficiencies in the airport, the technology, and as Audrey says, it's the welcome mat as people come in here. And I also say, as people leave, that's the last taste they get of Pittsburgh before they
Right.
leave as well too. So it's a big 2025 in
Right,
Pittsburgh.
great.
and that was the milestone date that you visited on the tour for the terminal.
Okay.
That's the first time we lit up our network in the new terminal,
Yeah.
so that we make sure the baggage system is working.
And it was
The
going.
baggage system
And it was
going,
going?
running, and
Awesome.
it was working fine. So first validation.
Party.
I was a good luck charm. What
Yeah,
can I
you
say?
were a good luck
Yes,
charm.
I'll come
Party.
back. I'll come back when you officially open it to make sure everything goes
Yeah.
perfect.
PTC is welcome anytime.
Awesome,
great.
guys. We're taking a quick break, Audrey, but we're coming right back because I cannot wait to continue the conversation about the new airport terminal. It is some good stuff. This is Jonathan Kirsting,
And this is Audrey Russo.
and we are from the Pittsburgh Technology Council, having conversations like this each and every day. Go to pghtech.org, and I will see you on the flip side of these fast commercials. Compunetics is the leading developer of unified voice, video, and data collaboration and conferencing applications for the service provider, government, and unique workflow applications. The Summit Olympus and Evergreen platforms, driven by their encrypted user interfaces, enable powerful and secure collaboration. Combined with world-class support and innovative professional services, Compunetics delivers the right solution every time. Learn more at compunetics.com. Every company needs to attract and keep talented people. To do it, you need a strong company story told by those who experience it every day, your employees. So invite your people to be your brand voice and let the Kindling Culture Agency gather and ignite your stories to engage and attract your people. Learn how at sparksomething.big.com. That's sparksomething.big.com. Your dial is set to TechVibe Radio, brought to you by Compunetics, Chorus Call, Highmark, Huntington Bank, Kindling, PNC Bank, and Xavier. Here are your hosts, Audrey Russo and Jonathan Kirsting of the Pittsburgh Technology Council, coming at you from the Huntington Bank studios. Good morning, everybody. So glad you are listening to TechVibe Radio, our first show of 2025.
No, and celebrating the airport.
Yes, because it is
because the year's going to whip by.
It is.
So let's face it.
So
we might as well act like it's almost open.
It's almost open. It's almost open.
Okay,
I'll
it's
tell you.
almost there. So we have the Chief Information Officer who just joined in.
Yes.
Of the airport. Deepak is here with us. Nayyar.
Nice.
Nayyar, am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, Nayyar.
Nayyar. See, I didn't say it correctly.
It's pretty close.
But it's pretty close. So we're, having a fun time trying to understand a day in the life of what it's like to be at the airport. So let's talk about a couple of things while we have you here with us. You have a couple of things in terms of innovation that the airport has done. One's X-Bridge. So why don't we start with that so people can know what that means and what that's done for the airport and what that will continue to do.
Yeah, X-Bridge is a brainchild of our CEO, Christina Cassodes. So the whole reason was X-Bridge was to kind of embed innovation inside the airport, the people working at the airport, and also work with our partners and take the essence of Pittsburgh. We have around 130 to 150 robotic companies in and around Pittsburgh. And to get those ideas, get people's ideas, get the ideas from the airports, from our airport and other airlines together. We work with different airlines, different airports, and getting our technology companies from Pittsburgh with them to develop new ideas. We have worked with literally 30, 40, 50 companies out of Pittsburgh in developing the initial stage ideas. Some of those ideas came to fruition too. So it is our way to test technologies and then bring it into the airport and enable that to be so those technologies to be sold to other airports so the companies can grow with us and kind of make sure that everybody's innovating, not just Pittsburgh.
So what's been interesting about that, just watching it and knowing some of the companies and individuals, some of the companies has just been an idea. It's just been an idea, and you've given them sort of the sandbox so that they can play with that idea. And that's something that's really important to build companies, because if they don't get to test that very often and be close to potential customers, and that's what you're giving them. You're giving them that playground so that they, at the earliest stages, they can be engaged and get that continuous loop feedback to see if their ideas are even possible.
Yeah, I 100% agree. One of the best examples was, as you were at the airport, we had those 38 big tree columns. In those tree columns, we had to pour concrete in there. And there were always air gaps in those concrete, and we didn't know how to fill those air gaps. So that was the idea. We came out, and there was this local robotics company. We said, hey, we have sonar-like technologies we can use and figure out the gaps for you guys so you can push the concrete in. I'm like, okay, why not make use of that technology? So
That's
we
awesome.
got them involved, and they helped us figure out the gaps so that we can fill it and make sure that we have a solid structure.
So was Thorough AI part of the X-Bridge? Because we've seen their cleaning
Thorough.
robots going around, which I think is just
Yeah.
an awesome example of what's going on in Pittsburgh being deployed at the airport. I love seeing that.
We have cleaning robots here. We had Ecotone Renewables,
Yeah.
which was basically
Right.
a garbage digester for us. Like 400 pounds of waste we converted into manure that can be used in our rose beds at the Pittsburgh International Airport.
You have rose beds?
Yeah, we have
I
rose
didn't know
beds there.
that.
Where are the rose
Yeah, I
beds?
want to see the rose beds. That's awesome. Very cool stuff. So, I mean, the X-Bridge seems so unique to me. I mean, are other airports doing anything like
No,
this?
airports are learning from us.
Yeah.
That is one of the, like microgrid, this is one of the things the things that we started, and it has been very successful. It has been successful bringing the technology together, and it helps us stay current with the technologies.
Definitely.
Understanding what's going on in the Pittsburgh scene. Pittsburgh technology scene is booming. We take ideas from there and make sure that if you're looking at autonomous wheelchairs, we are looking at follow robots, so robots that can follow you as you walk through the terminal and stuff. We are looking at different ways where we can use hundreds or thousands of our sensors to derive data from there and be predictive on our things, like where the support is needed for our passengers and stuff. So we can have ambassadors in that area to help us to identify what issues are going on with people and help them out.
That's what I'm
You've
talking
also
about.
made a commitment to local materials, local companies, local, not just robotics, but I mean all across everything. Whether it's consulting services, whether it's, helping you with infrastructure, whether it's, I don't know, it's probably like just a myriad of things.
20 years I've been in Pittsburgh. Every time I try to get away from Pittsburgh keeps pulling me here.
Good.
Because
I have the same problem. I have
like
tried
that.
to leave here 3 times.
Same here, 3 times here too. So the first time I came here, I was like, what the heck is
I know.
Pittsburgh? But you have that talent here. Why go out looking for the talent in other cities and other areas when you have the talent right here? Solutions for Net is the best example.
Oh, right.
We love it.
Right.
Michelle McGaw.
Michelle
absolutely.
McGaw, it's awesome. When we were looking for somebody to execute our strategy, we had a big consulting firm working with
sure you
us.
did.
And then when we started looking at, when I came in, started peeling the covers, and I'm like, Michelle, your team is doing the entire technology implementation here. What's happening? Why can't you do it?
Interesting.
She's like, we can do it. And then we had a discussion with them, and they came on board, and they are carrying us through the build of the
And
terminal.
that's just one of
That is just one of
One
the
of many
examples,
stories, yeah.
and one of many stories. And this whole project, 14,000 plus people are involved in kind of building the entire airport, and these are local Pittsburgh.
Truly community all the way
listen,
around.
I know we're not, on live streaming this, but for a guy who's got all that on his plate, seem like, you're not graying, you're not aging, you seem to be holding it together.
Yeah.
I love challenges, I love challenges. I took this job because of the challenge, It's a challenge of doing something different. I was, in all my career, I was working with data, deriving insights, machine learning, and building data platforms for retail organization and oil and gas. That was my thing. But when I talked to Christina and when we came here, who wouldn't do that? This is for the region that had sustained me for 20 years. 3 times I tried to go away, it pulled me back. And here my family, it's like here I grew with my family. I have 2 young kids, and they are growing. And I was like, okay, why not do this? Because this, you're doing it, giving it back to Pittsburgh.
And so for people who want to keep up with what's going on, it's Fly Pittsburgh. Go to flypittsburgh.
I think go Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
Oh, Blue Sky.
And that's
Okay.
Pitt with 1 T. Because, I mean, you can also go, of course, you can also go to the Fly Pittsburgh site,
Right.
because that's where you can check your flights and the weather and the parking. But if you want to see some great storytelling around the
Right.
terminal being built and really meeting the people who have been building this and get a front row seat, go to Blue Sky Pitt with 1T.com. And that is that is the place to go. It's
Yes,
a
that is the
fabulous
place
site.
to go.
I get their email every Tuesday. You can subscribe for it there. And as we kind of count down, Audrey, to the
great.
big day that's going to be announced in the next few months is when they're going to open this new terminal up. I'm going to be there with my T-shirt on.
The cool thing about that site, and the cool thing is that you're getting stories, you're getting updates, and you're getting an understanding of how you sit in comparison to the rest of the world.
Absolutely. Great insight. Deepak, thanks for kicking off 2025
thank
with
you.
us. Now, I know you're busy. Get back to work, man. That airport's not going to open itself.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're making that happen.
Good stuff. Audrey, so much fun. So many more stories like this coming at you if you keep listening to TechVibe every single Sunday.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for hosting us.
We love it. And, of course, anytime you want TechVibe on demand, just go wherever you get your podcast, search for TechVibe, download, listen, have some fun. This is Jonathan Kirsting.
And this is Audrey Rousseau.
And we are from the Pittsburgh Technology Council. Go to pghtech.org. And once again, blueskypit.com. Compunetics is the leading developer of unified voice, video, and data collaboration and conferencing applications for the service provider, government, and unique workflow applications. The Summit Olympus and Evergreen platforms, driven by their encrypted user interfaces, enable powerful and secure collaboration. Combined with world-class support and innovative professional services, Compunetics delivers the right solution every time. Learn more at compunetics.com. Thanks for geeking out with us on TechVibe Radio. Tune in next Sunday for more tech and innovation stories right here from Pittsburgh. TechVibe is brought to you by Compunetics at compunetics.com, Chorus Call at choruscall.com, Highmark at highmark.com, Huntington Bank at huntington.com, Kindling at thekindlingagency.com, PNC Bank at pnc.com, and Xavier at xavier.com. And we're always coming at you from the Huntington Bank Studios.